Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. So, as you see, the title of this video is called Jesus' Second Coming Has Already Happened. Okay? Now, I know some of you guys don't use the name Jesus. Okay? Whatever name you choose to use, just know that his second coming has already happened. And I'm going to prove it. Okay? Notice what it says. John would be alive when Jesus comes back. In John chapter 21, verse 19 through 23, notice what it says. This spake he, signifying by what death he should glorify God. And when he had spoken this, he said unto him, Follow me. Then Peter, turning about, seeth the disciple whom Jesus loved following, which also leaned on his breast at supper, and said, Lord, which is he that betrayeth thee? Peter, seeing him, said to Jesus, Lord, and what shall this man do? Jesus said unto him, If I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Follow thou me. Then went this saying abroad among the brethren, that disciple should not die. Yet Jesus said not unto him, He shall not die. But if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Okay, so basically, brothers and sisters, Peter and Jesus was talking. And it was another disciple named John. Jesus told Peter what he needed to know. But Peter was being nosy and said, what about this disciple? What is he going to do? Okay, Peter was being nosy. Jesus tells him, what is it to you? Okay, he said in verse 22, Jesus said unto him, If I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Meaning, mind your business. This has nothing to do with you, Peter. And what happened is, brothers and sisters, there was the disciple named John. John was the last disciple alive before the return of Jesus. John was on the island of Patmos. He was persecuted, and he was the last of the disciples that was alive. And he is the one that received the revelation. The book of Revelations is written by John. He is the one that was alive when Jesus came his second time. Notice what it says in Matthew chapter 16, verse 27 to 28. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. Verse 28, Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. So right here, verse 28, he says what? There are some standing here which shall not taste of death. This was John. He was referring to John, brothers and sisters. The disciple John. John did not taste death till he received that revelation of Jesus Christ. And that's how we get the book of Revelations, because John was alive when Christ revealed himself unto John. Now notice what it says here in verse 27. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels. This is what John saw, brothers and sisters, in the book of Revelations. Notice what it says. I know thy works. This is what Jesus says to the 7 churches. I know thy works. Revelation chapter 2:2. I know thy works. Revelation chapter 2:9. I know thy works. Revelation chapter 2 verse 13. I know thy works. Revelation 2:19, Revelation 3 verse 1, Revelation 3 verse 8, Revelation 3 verse 15. He keeps saying, I know thy works. What did he say here? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels. And then he shall reward every man according to what? His works. This is what you're reading about when you see the Lord speaking to the 7 churches. But who is he using to speak through the 7 churches? Revelation chapter 1 verse 20. The mystery of the 7 stars which thou sawest in my right hand, and the 7 golden candlesticks. The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches. And the 7 candlesticks which thou sawest are the 7 churches. So Jesus has the angels of the 7 churches. Didn't he say, for the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels? And then he shall reward every man according to his works. Ain't that what we seeing here? He's come in the glory of the Father's angels. And he's rewarding the churches. He's telling the churches what. Oh, snap. My microphone. He's telling the churches, I know thy works. This is actually a grace period. Because your works, if your works was righteous, you will continue. So this is not the end of the works, brothers and sisters. Because notice what he says in Revelation chapter 1 verse 8. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the ending, said the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. Which was his first coming. Which is his second coming. That's what you're reading about in Revelations. That was him coming again. And John was the one who received the revelations because he said John would be alive when he came. But then we have which is to come. That's the third coming. So brothers and sisters, it's a lot of lies you've been told. You think your Lord is sitting on the throne. He's not sitting on the throne. When John received the revelation, he had stepped off that throne. He stepped off his Father's throne when he came to John. John didn't see him sitting on the throne. Stephen saw Jesus sitting on the throne. But then, when it came to the last disciple, John saw him standing in the midst of 7 candlesticks. He had stepped off that throne. Because the Bible says that it says, sit at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. And that's when we see Jesus' enemies now becoming his footstool, which was the 7 churches. Then he stood up. That's why he said, you are a priest forever. This was his everlasting life, the same way that Melchizedek has everlasting life. His first life, the one who was persecuted, died, resurrected, sat at the right hand of the throne. Then he came again. This is what John the Revelator sees. Okay? But then he's going to come again, brothers and sisters, and he's already here, if you can believe it. If John the Baptist had 3 lives, think about this. John the Baptist was Elijah, right? So you have Elijah, you have John the Baptist, but then Jesus even said, Elijah shall truly come first and restore all things. So that means Elijah / John had at least lived 3 times. That which was Elijah. That which is, which was John at the time. That which is to come. That's at least 3 times. You don't think your Lord got 3 lives in him? The Lord got more than 3 lives in him. Okay, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, the second coming has already happened. He said John would be alive when he come back. John was the last disciple alive on the island of Patmos, and that's when the Lord came. And what did he come with? He came with the Father's angels, and he was rewarding every man according to their works. And we read that for the 7 churches. He knows the works of the 7 churches. Come on, brothers and sisters, you all been lied to. You all don't even understand how prophecy is going. You're overstepping history. You're putting prophecies in your time when some of these prophecies was in their time. The first 100 years of AD, the second 100 years of AD, the third 100 years of AD, the 400 years of AD, the fifth 100 years of AD, and onward until our time and beyond our time. You need to think about that for a minute. The second coming has already happened. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. And until next time, peace.